Hi ladies and gentlemen, Morinore Ivan here again. The video that I'm going to do today, as you can clearly tell from the header or the title, is going to be on the entity Mammon or Mammon as you'd like to call it. Before I continue, you can read the article which is linked in the description below. I'm pretty much going to repeat the same things more or less that are already written or is already written in the article. Where do I begin? Mammon is simply put and straightforwardly put, the personification of wealth, material wealth and greed, and the evils of having money, for example, the evils that accompany greed. And me, just like most other people, or better said, most other people, just like me, will remember a phrase in the New Testament, especially classical Christians or Roman Catholics and so on. I was baptized Roman Catholic, and there is a passage in the New Testament where it said that you should only serve God and no one else. You can't serve God and Mammon. That's where Mammon's name or Mammon's name is mentioned. Mammon is thereby, like I just said, literally the personification of greed and of material wealth and all the negative aspects that accompany that. So basically sinful greed or sinful wealth, sinful forms or sinful forms of wealth acquirement or acquisition. The same way that, for example, the Babylonian god or Mesopotamian god Tiamat. I also wrote an article on Tiamat, or a video on Tiamat. You can look that up too on my online site, my websites, or my YouTube channel. The same way that Tiamat is the personification of the sea or the ocean to them, that was what he was or it was to the civilization that worshipped him and invented him, or better said, invented him and worshipped him. In that same way, Mammon is simply the personification of the aforementioned, okay, of material wealth and greed and all the negative aspects that accompany it, okay. The negative aspects of the desire for wealth. So greed, plain and simple. But yeah, Mammon is very real and very existent as an entity, but you need to keep in mind that we're dealing with an egregore or a thought form here. Mammon has no pagan roots as far as I know, or anything else based on my knowledge and experience and so on. Not that I have any real experience with Mammon, but that's also not necessary. You won't find a lot of mentions on Mammon. He is simply, just like I said, just that, and he's simply an egregore that was created, which represents that aspect of life and of existence, greed, simply put. But yes, Mammon is an existing entity. He does really exist, and you're dealing again with an egregore here with the thought form. So no fallen angel or an angel or a pagan god or a demon. No. Mammon is not a demon, okay, contrary to popular belief and what pop media and pop culture states out there, because that's the common consensus around people, okay. When people refer to Mammon literally or orally, within literary or oral circles, they simply refer to greed and one's downfall because of greed. So basically, Mammon is painted as an evil entity, as an infernal spirit and a devil, to put it that way, which is all nothing but nonsense, like the majority of things that of occult aspects or topics that are well known to the mainstream public or that are used within mainstream channels. Again, the mainstream knows little to nothing about the occult, so you can just easily disregard that. Mammon is more of a neutral entity. Mammon, as regarding Mammon's attributes, Mammon corresponds to Venus, that's unsurprisingly, with zodiac sign Libra. I also thought that he was Taurus, that he would have corresponded to Taurus, since it's more straightforward. Taurus deals with material wealth, but no, he deals with Libra, 0 degrees in Libra, which stands for self-centerment, okay, basically egocentrism. Mammon is somewhat self-centered, and but nevertheless he still enjoys helping others out, and he enjoys serving, to put it that way. He enjoys being of service to others. but he simply does it because he loves serving, not so much because he is self-centered. So those two attributes are somewhat of a paradox, but you shouldn't pay attention to any of that. That's just regarding his personality. And yeah, Mammon is good for money. Anybody that wants to work with Mammon for money, of course, as usual, it depends on the situation you find yourself in. It depends on everything. It depends on the situation and the circumstances under which you find yourself. But yeah, Mammon is ridiculously good at acquiring riches for you, and nothing negative will come of it in general. You don't have to worry about, for example, greed leading you to your downfall or anything like that in working with Mammon. Like I said, from an occult perspective, Mammon is simply an entity that's capable of bringing you money, and a whole lot of money. Make no mistake. He is not someone that messes around. Mammon is an excellent spirit. As a matter of fact, I think Mammon is one of the primary spirits that I would recommend to anyone that wants wealth. But like I said, I'm not saying that nothing bad can happen. It can happen, but that's all subject to your situation, your intent, and your circumstances, and other abstract factors that come into play. But generally speaking, no, Mammon is neutral in his way of working. He's neutral as an entity. Those are his specialties. Ignore the ringtone. Battery is low. The battery of my cell phone is low. Mammon is simply neutral as an entity, neutral in his way of working. But yeah, Mammon could really bring money to your doorstep. Mammon can just shower you with money, to put it that way. Of course, for me, no one will ever surpass my beloved vice patron, the Archangel Sandalphon. But that's just on a personal note. We're talking about generally speaking, from a general perspective. Yeah, Mammon is good. Mammon is one of the best spirits that I've seen based on character traits and skill set, that is capable of bringing you money without any real drawbacks. If there are drawbacks, then it's based on, again, like I said, one's life, the things that are afoot in your life, conditions, circumstances, and all of that. But that is it. Last but not least, Mammon appears as a tall blonde guy, a naked blonde man. He reminds me a lot of Lucifer. He looks a ridiculous amount of, a lot like Lucifer. It's almost like Lucifer's twin, to put it that way. But he's still different. I can clearly make out the two. Mammon is more, that's the thing with these entities. Entities like Mammon and Tiamat, since they're personifications of some kind of aspect of life or some kind of elemental aspect, they don't feel like inanimate objects, okay, somewhat. I don't mean this insulting towards them or offensive towards them, they know that, but it's almost like you're dealing with a tree or a rock or a boulder or some kind. I swear to God, you're dealing with metaphorically speaking, swear to God. It's like you're talking to a boulder or a tree or something. Okay, it's not like they're not responsive, but they're slow to respond, and not just that, they also don't talk a lot. They're just there, and they commit certain actions and so on. But even when they engage with you orally or verbally, even when they discuss things with you and so on, the energy that they give off is almost like it's like you're talking to some semi-inanimate object. But that's a given, okay? Since they are the personification of such an aspect, then that should not come as a surprise. But yeah, that's why I also recognize Mammon as being the personification of greed and wealth and so on. Okay, and I thought to myself, oh, another one of these, okay, another personification. And Mammon didn't appear right away, okay, but that's also due to the fact that I wasn't really interested in Mammon. Something just told me to research him today, just research him. I just heard my conscience telling me, research him. And I just did that, and my patron was the one who brought Mammon to me. Okay, I was just sitting outside, and then he told me, okay, here's Mammon for you. And Mammon was just there, and I was like, oh God, wow, what do Lucifer look alike? You look a lot like Lucifer, but you don't. I can clearly still. The energy is obviously different than Lucifer. Lucifer has an actual personality. Lucifer isn't inanimate or semi-inanimate, and Lucifer is just different. Lucifer is more charming and has more flair and so on. Lucifer is more graceful and beautiful. Mammon, on the other hand, is literally like kind of like a huge guy that's like a tree, you know, and is more semi-inanimate, like I said, just similar to Tiamat, also tall and all of that. But in any case, that's it for Mammon, and there's really nothing else to say. Regarding information on Mammon, there is little to no information out there. The very few posts on the internet that I have found regarding Mammon are just bullshit posts. I'm sorry to swear, but these posts are just pure nonsense. These posts, they don't mean anything. Okay, they're just from a bunch of wannabe occultists, people that have no idea what they're talking about. I could immediately tell, you know, whenever someone writes you should sprinkle a couple of droplets of blood on your thing when summoning him, and you should have this, and you should wear a black robe, then nah, it's just some kind of wannabe Satanist or devil worshipper, some kind of wannabe devil worshipper, just a classical wannabe occultist that thinks that he can just summon any spirit by just throwing salt and doing a bunch of spooky shit that he saw in some movie or a couple of movies combined just told him. And that's pretty much it. That's, in any case, the realistic take on Mammon. I don't know, maybe I'll employ Mammon for a customer that wants money, but not right now. Maybe some other time, somewhere down the road or something like that, but for now it's not necessary. Oh, he's telling me that it would be an honor. Okay, in any case, that's all, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.